In today's video, we are going to be fitting some brand new bike parts. We have got so many new parts for my e-bike. Check this out. Chrome title bars. How sick are they? For those of you who've been tuning in to the bike build playlist, you deserve a sneak peek. Kashima! We got a new helmet. We got a silver stem to go with my silver bars. A silver dropper lever. Everything silver. Silver seat clamp. Silver seat clamp. Silver headset spacers. Silver brake adapter. Silver top cap. We've painted the bike in a crazy black, brown, metallic, matte, satin, everything colour. Look how crazy that looks. We've installed a EXT coil shock on this bike. Kashima Fox 38 forks. Continental Cryptotal tyres in a super soft DH compound. If you're looking close enough, you will see today's mod in this clip. But if you missed today's mod in that clip, enjoy. That was a bit weird, but fuck it. We have got new parts. We have got massive discs. And we have got a full set. We have got a full set of polished Hope brakes. The plan is today to get these fully running on that bike. These bad boys out. They are my new Hope floating rotor discs. They are absolutely mental. I've got one for the front and I got one for the rear. Mentalness. The full silver just looks crazy. Can't wait for silver parts. We have just dropped new heavy hoodies. How sick is the colour of these? Right now there is loads of crazy deals on Owner. One in particular, which you might be interested in, is a free t-shirt with every single hoodie. So add your favourite hoodie, add your favourite t-shirt to your basket and you'll get your t-shirt completely free. There's loads of deals. Go and check us out, ownerofficial.com, or hit Owner into Google and you'll see us right at the top. Tech 4 silver with E4 silver calipers. So I've got a front and a back. However, I run my brakes the opposite way. So I run a rear brake on the right, which means I've got to brake the seals, switch the levers, put the front brake on, hopefully get away with not having to bleed the front brake, but I'm definitely going to have to bleed the rear brake. So this is my plan today. A lot of people these days are running silver bike parts. They're just so fresh, they look so much more high-end, really engineered and manufactured. Look how cool the Hope E4 brakes actually are. My floating rotors in silver. So I've removed my current front brake just to get a good length on this thing. Very first thing that I need to do is put gloves on because dot oil is so corrosive. I am not trying to get messed with dot oil. So let's line that up with that. Okay, let's cut. So as you can see, we've got leakage. I'm going to try and save some of this fluid by just not moving it around too much. Since you've been gone, I've cut this down. I decided it was probably smarter to use the end where the O-ring is already on the caliper and cut it back and then just reinsert the olive at the lever end, which is now done. So now this can go back on here, like so, and it should give me no shit. So there you go. So let's install the lever right about now. Oh man, that is like butter. Jesus. How sick is that? How insane do they look? You got the brown, chrome, kashima. They look absolutely sick. I'm not going to dare pull it because, but honestly, it's so nice to have Hope brakes on the E. So we are about to take on the tedious task of installing the rear caliper and a new disc. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the caliper on exactly how it used to be and pray that when we put it back together it works. So I'm going to bring you guys nice and close to see the rear caliper installation. The first thing that I want to say right now is that I am planning on machining this down to silver. I just want to see that it's the right mount before I put that level of effort in, because I do want full silver parts on this bike. So I've bought discs, calipers, all that stuff. I don't really want a clapped out black mount. I kind of want to make that polished as well. Wow. Look at this rude boy. This is looking insane. Can you believe the brown and the chrome? The aim of the game is to have every single part on this bike chrome. That isn't the motor, the battery, or the frame. Or obviously parts are black, like rims and stuff. I mean, I could even have chrome rims, but that's a big one. I'm gonna push this cable through because, as you can see, we've got a bit of coiling up on the cable here, which means we're gonna have to shift this cable all the way through the bike. That's not that hard to do. I took some pictures so that I could use it as a reference of what it needs to look like. The reason you need a bit of slack in it is so that when your suspension compresses, the cable has a bit of movement. So, yeah. So it looks like it goes out, S is down, and through that little clamp. So I'm going to go and get that clamp. Next thing to do, we've got to install the front brake. This shouldn't be too bad again. 4mm bolt. Pretty mellow. How good does that front caliper look on this bike? It looks sick. I'm buzzing with this, mate. So there was a spacer on the very front. So we're going to stick to the stock settings that were on the bike. And then we should be able to just switch over to Hope 220s instead of these 220s. So, check it out. That's the front caliper done. And the rear caliper done. If none of you have ever seen Hope brakes get bled, they are the easiest brakes to bleed, apparently. I have done it before, so I'm not like really worried about it, but I mean, I am definitely worried about it, but at the end of the day I can just get someone else to bleed them if I mess them up that bad. So just to give you guys a look at what I'm doing, I've got like an adapter with, so I've got a spanner which I'm putting on the bleed port, which is there. So I've got a spanner on, and basically all I'm doing is I'm using this little hose kit, and you just open up the top like this, you top up the oil, you pull the brake as this is open, and then you tighten it as you let go, and you see the fluid go down. So all I'm doing is I'm loosening the bleed valve open, I'm pulling the brake, and then I'm tightening it up, and then letting it go. There's no air coming out of this. There's no air in it. It's obviously because they're probably brand new. So again, open the bleed valve. There is actually a bit of air, to be fair. Now I've got to top this up. pretty technical, but it's pretty simple at the same time. It's a very simple system. So one more time, we're going to open it. We're going to tighten it. And we're going to let it go. Okay, I'm happy with that. Up the fluid, it's right back up to the top. There's no air coming out of this, but there's no air coming out the bottom hose. I've topped the fluid right up to the top. We can only hope here, so we'll see how it starts to look. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cap on, clean up the mess, put my wheel on and just pump and see if I can get it to grab on the disc. Seems okay. And you know if you've done it properly because you get a bit of spillage. So I've put that rag underneath it because you know if you've done it right, you get a bit of spillage as it pushes all the fluid out. It goes everywhere like that. So as you can see, we've got a lot of spillage, which means it's pushing fluid out. There's no space for it. And then you just tighten this back up. Always wear gloves when dealing with dot oil. I'm not really at a loss. I've at least tried to do them myself. These don't have to be ridiculous, just tightish. We're going to do my front disc. So we're going to be removing this SRAM disc in a 220 for one of my brand new Hope discs. So what's really cool is with these discs you get chrome bolts. So it's going to look pretty chrome / silver. It's a carbon E13 rim on a Hope Pro 4 hub. So this is off one of my older frames. But check that out. That's a 200mm silver floating rotor. And that just looks so high end. I am a bit nervous though because I don't know whether this is going to clear my front brake mount adapter on the forks, but we will find out. Nice. Just finishing up. How insane does that look? That is absolutely fucking nuts. Oh, the caliper looks like it clears, which is good. This is good news. Oh my god. If this brake has bled properly, I'm going to lose my mind. That looks ridiculous. Now, for the next part of this episode, I want to feel what this brake feels like. Done it. I've bled Hope brakes myself on this bike. They feel nice and I like where the bike point feels on Hope. Like you can pull it all the way and the bike point's there. There's still a massive gap so you can be one finger and still have your knuckles here but not smash them. I feel SRAM and Shimano come in quite a lot. That feels absolutely sick and they look absolutely crazy. Now we've got the tedious part of bleeding the rear brake. I'm probably not even going to film bleeding the rear brake just because I've filmed so much for this episode already. So I'm just going to do the rear one and then I'll be back in a minute and we'll fit the rear wheel and see how the brake fits. Stay tuned, smash the like button if you're enjoying the bike mods. Can't believe that. I'm ready for a ride now. Feels mint. Okay, you know what I'm actually going to say? I'm more confident in my rear brake bleed than my front. I think it's just because I wasn't on camera, so I actually took my time to do actually get it level. I put some inner tubes under it, got that completely level, did it 6 times. I'm definitely more confident in my rear brake bleed than my front. My front feels okay still. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not, I'm not as confident in it. I need a couple of custom spacers, but I also might not need a couple of custom spacers. Damn. No, seems okay. As you can see, the brakes are fully done. I am absolutely buzzing with how this turned out. There is 2 things outstanding right now, so I've done absolutely everything. My shock is back on, everything's stingied. I actually forgot to put a brass O-ring in the rear brake, so I had to go back and rebleed it again. I think I've bled that brake 3 times today. Like 3 individual seal-offs, reopen up, rebleed. But you know what? It actually feels sick. So that's done. Both brakes are completely bled, and I'm confident now. I've got all my kit in a box. So in that container up there, I've actually put like a whole kit together that I can just take away with me in case I need to do like a bleed anywhere on the track or whatever. It can just stay with me every day. So I'm absolutely buzzing. I've gained confidence in installing Hope brakes on any bike, so that's really cool. I've also fully finished the electric bike. Everything's tight, everything's put back together. There is 2 things that I need to completely finish the rebuild before we get into more mods, and that is the correct mount to put my dropper on my Hope front brake and the correct mount to put my shifter on my right rear brake. So I've got to do some investigating online, and I've got to go and purchase these tomorrow, but they're not substantial enough to wait out to finish the video for. So there you go, the bike is living the dream. Hope you've enjoyed another bike workshop build episode. Get in the comments below with any ideas, and do not forget, right now on Owner we have got loads of crazy deals. A really cool deal for the spring/summer is any cap that you add to your basket with a t-shirt or a hoodie will go completely free. So free snapback cap with every t-shirt or every hoodie. But we've got loads of live deals on Owner, so Google us, Owner, we're right at the top, or ownerofficial.com. Grab yourself a free t-shirt or a free snapback cap, get involved. Appreciate the support, it's the most direct way to support me on this channel. Until next time, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next episode in the next few days. Peace out.